Hello everyone, and welcome to a new video from Via Doctus. Today, we bring you 10 interesting demographic facts, drawn from various statistical studies about the world population, including its size, evolution, fertility, mortality, and migration, providing a global snapshot of who we are currently as a species and what we could become. Let's start with number 1. On November 15, 2022, we reached the historic and symbolic figure of 8 billion humans living on planet Earth, according to United Nations forecasts. Although the global trend of the human population is decelerating, reaching 8 billion people will pose a series of challenges if we want to combine this growth with social and environmental sustainability. With an increasingly pressing issue of population aging, the hope for global rejuvenation now lies in Africa, the only continent where birth rates have not stagnated. Number 2. The world population grows by 1.10% per year, or in other words, approximately 83 million people are added to the planet each year. However, it was in the 1960s when the world experienced its most significant growth, as it increased by 2.2% annually, precisely double the current rate. Number 3. Currently, 2/3 of the world's countries have a fertility rate below 2.1 children per woman. In addition, virtually all countries around the globe have transitioned from high fertility to low, a demographic transition process that many regions have already completed, and others are just beginning. In this image on your screen, you can see the countries with the highest and lowest fertility rates on the planet. Number 4. Despite the global trend towards a deceleration of birth rates, the UN expects Africa to be the only continent that continues to grow, doubling its population and reaching 2.5 billion people by 2050. In that decade, half of the world population growth will be concentrated in just 9 countries, 5 of them being African: India, Nigeria, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Pakistan, Ethiopia, the United Republic of Tanzania, the United States of America, Uganda, and Indonesia, ordered by their expected contribution to total growth. However, currently, more than 60% of the world population lives in Asia, and only 17% in Africa, although it is expected that by the end of this century, Africa will surpass Asia. Number 5. According to studies conducted in 2020, the global average age of humans on the planet is about 31 years, which means that 50% of the world population is under 31, and 50% is older. However, the average ages by country vary greatly, depending on the birth rate, social and economic development, and the average life expectancy of each region. In this image, you can see the countries with the highest average age in the world, indicating an older population, as well as the countries with the lowest average age. Number 6. The global life expectancy of human beings is 65.82 years. For men, it is 63.89 years, and 67.84 years for women. However, as in the previous case, this data varies greatly depending on the country. According to the World Health Organization, life expectancy has increased by 5.5 years so far in the 21st century. This means that life expectancy rose from 58.5 to 63.3 years in the last 2 decades. This expectation is projected to reach 77 years between 2045 and 2050, and by 2095, the global life expectancy could be 83 years. In this image, you can observe the nations with the highest life expectancy, and as a counterpart, those with the lowest life expectancy. Number 7. There have never been so many young people in the world before, which generates an unprecedented potential for economic and social advancement. Worldwide, there are approximately 1.8 billion young people aged between 10 and 24 years, which constitutes the largest population of young people in history. Many of them are concentrated in developing countries. In fact, in the 48 least economically developed countries on our planet, Children or adolescents represent the majority of the population. Number 8. Never before have so many people migrated. In 2020, it was estimated that approximately 281 million people were international migrants, a figure equivalent to 3.6% of the world population, representing a significant increase compared to the 128 million recorded in 1990. In the image, you can observe the countries that receive the most immigrants, as well as the countries with the highest percentage of foreign population compared to their native population. It is worth noting that more than 40% of international migrants in 2020 came from Asia, with India being the country from which the most originate, with 17.9 million immigrants. In second place is Mexico, with 11.1 million, followed by countries such as Russia and China. Despite this, the vast majority of people continue to live in the countries where they were born, as only 1 in 30 people moves to live abroad. Number 9. According to data from the United Nations and the CIA, there are currently 50.5% men and 49.5% women in the world. These data seem reliable, as both sources agree on the percentages. So there are currently about 80 million more men than women in the world. In this image, we can observe the gender differences by country, where blue represents more women and red represents more men than the world average. Number 10. 2/3 of the population will live in cities by 2050. Today, around 55% of the world population lives in urban areas. This number is expected to increase to 68% by 2050, according to a 2018 report from the UN Department of Economic and Social Affairs. India, China, and Nigeria will see a significant increase in urbanization. So the largest wave of urbanization in history will continue for many more years. In this image on your screen, you can see the countries with the highest rate of urbanization in the world, as opposed to those with the least urbanized population. And that's where our video today from Via Doctus ends. If you found it interesting, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for watching the video. See you in the next one.